wished I had asked more questions about my great-grandparents. Grandpa Knox, Daddy's father, came from Scotland. I was born in Pontotoc County in 1910 on the 7th day of May. I'm the oldest of 8 children. There's 8 of us, 4 boys and 4 girls. Well, the thing I loved the best about growing up, we had an organ, and Mama could play any kind of hymn you could come up with in the books. And Mama, there wasn't anything I liked better than all of us gathering around that old organ at night after the cows were milked and everything, gathering around that old organ and singing until time to go to bed. Well, we met at a church. I was with another person, and James said his friend, James was my husband's name, and I also had a brother, James. But James said his friend came in and sat behind us, and the boy I was with had on my class ring. And James just thumped that ring and said, I'm going to wear that ring some of these days. And he did. I graduated in April and was going to church in August when I met James. And then we got married on Christmas Day in 1929. So 1929 was a banner year for me, I guess. Well, I don't know why I was happy. We were just happy because things, and we liked a lot of the same things, and that means a lot too. And he was working and I was working, and so it just worked out, I guess. Well, one morning that I remember so well, because we lived about 100 miles from where Mama lived. And we were still in the bed, the sun was shining in the window, so they came right in the window over our bed like it comes here in this room. And James says, how would you like to go to your mother's this morning? And I said, do you mean it? And he said, yes. And we were out of that bed and on the road in 15 minutes, I'm sure. 2 boys, Kenneth and H.D.
Yeah, and they were both good kids.
Yeah, and they're still good kids.
So then what's the secret to raising good kids?
Well, for one thing, we always had breakfast together, and we'd have our meals together until those children were grown. But for one thing they did teach me was if I was going to do anything, do it right. Let it alone. don't half do something. Well, I made quilts for all my grandchildren. And when they got married, I gave them all a homemade quilt. And I'm glad I did it. That was the worst thing that ever happened to me, of course. Well, when Daddy died too, I was married. Well, both of the children, H.D. was even about 8 years old when James died. Well, I'd probably walk in the same steps I took coming up here and everything. That's the main thing I'd want the kids to know, is to grow up to be honest and faithful. Well, if you promise to do something, do it. Be careful about your promises. Well, I think it would have to be Amazing Grace because Daddy loved it so. And I loved it because he did, I think.
Any last thoughts?
I just wish I could be around to see them all. see all my great grandchildren when they come along.